Hello gang, hello friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video finds you well. If you're new, hi, my name is Jo and I do nail stuff. She does stuff, nail stuff, and the stuff she does for nails is done with nail stuff and stuff for nails. We have a sponsor for today's video, and that sponsor be Modelones. They've sent me the lipstick collections, which I think are new to them. They have sent me a bunch of purples and a bunch of pinks. I will show you what's in the box and then we'll crack on and do something with them, because that's why we're all here. So each of these packs comes with a little lamp, which is super cute, which I think I've shown you in a past video in a collection that I got from them. And then what else have we got? We've got some cuticle oil, which I realised my nails desperately need. Don't worry, I have done my nails since this video. It's July, so naturally I did them black. But I was just trying that out because my nails are a state throughout this video. If that bothers you, well, I don't really care. So we also have in this little kit, we have that's a file and a buffer on one side, and then we've got a file there. We have one of these cuticle trimmer things. Not a fan of these, but you get one. So you can try it out. And then we have a little nail brush. And what else? Oh yes, it came with some gold foil, some silver foil, leaf, sorry, and some little crystals, and then the colours. I must say, I have never seen a brand who had coloured bottles that matched the colour inside so much. They are all absolutely spot on, perfect matches to the colour on the bottle. It's as if they coloured the bottle with the polish, which they didn't, but these bottles have a really nice, they're matte, kind of, they've almost got kind of a suede feel to them. Do you know the type of material I mean? This one, I won't show you, I don't think I opened the lid to all of them. That one doesn't look like the bottle, but it does, the colour it comes out does, but when you take it off like that, it doesn't. But the rest of them, I think you'll see in a sec, does. They've all got numbers in the back. And yes, I will be storing them in number order. So this one, look at this. Look at this. Is that, look at the focus. Look at the bottle to the polish. It's identical. I was very surprised and it was very satisfying to see that. So these are the ones that came in the purpley set. And then we also have, this is in the next bag, the pink bag. Came with some gold stickers, I Spy stars, little stars, we love stars, and some little butterflies. And then these are the colours that came in here. I'm not sure if I show you any out of the bottle. Yes, I do. I mean, look at the match. I just can't get over it. I'm very happy about this. The one thing I will say about these bottles is there's not much surface area on the bottom of them. So, you know, you can get those little, this colour's a bit of me. I think I tried it on myself. It's very me shade. Yes, so you know you can get those little rubber, like plasticky things that hold a nail polish bottle. If you're going to get these, get one of those, because when you dip your brush in and then, you know, as you pull the brush out, you sort of wipe some off on the sides, you're just going to knock the bottle over. So you're going to want it in one of those little polish holders. We're starting off with number 10. I'm going to use number 10, and I think I only used 2 of them because I had a certain set in mind. But the opacity was great, the coverage was great, the consistency was really nice as well. I mean, that's really great coverage for one coat. I'm now taking the base coat, so I've only done one coat and I've cured it, and then I'm going to take the base coat and not cure it, and we're going to add some of this one, which is number 2, and just dot it onto the wet base coat. And I'm also going to add some of the first colour as well, and then I'm going to dip my brush in some isopropyl alcohol and just paddy-roo and just get a kind of marbly whatever. So I did a post, didn't I, asking you to vote whether you wanted a pinky girly set, a cosmic-y set, or whatever I wanted, because I was on the Bailey's train. I was on the Bailey's boat. And the vast majority of you said, do whatever you want. So it's kind of a bit of everything, because I was watching tennis, I was drinking Baileys. It was just overall a great day. Watching tennis, drinking Baileys, painting nails. That's just the best time ever. I can't ask for a better time. I've cured the marbliness, and I'm just running my brush through Alaska, which is a gel perfection polish, because there was no white in the set, and just kind of just wiggling on some lines, not making an effort to be neat or anything. And then I'm taking a little brush and I'm just fading out those lines. So I want to keep, so where the lines are, just fade out kind of halfway through that line outwards. And I think on another one of the nails, I kind of faded out the whole line. So I went in and just repainted one side of the line, so it did have a kind of harsh line, but then still you fade it out. I'm not describing this very well. Paint a line and then fade half of that line out, so the other half of the line is left as a crisp line. This isn't going to be the best voiceover. I've had about 719 Cosmopolitans today, give or take, because Federer was playing, which in my eyes is always cause for celebration. So which is why this video, I don't know when it's going to go up either, because I've taken 2 weeks off work to watch Wimbledon, so I can spend 2 weeks in front of the telly watching nothing but tennis, doing nothing but watching tennis, and just, day drinking as much as I like. So I'm just probably going to end up talking about tennis a lot in this video, because I just love Wimbledon. I have cured the white and I've added some more base coat, just a thin layer. I'm taking this Oyster Mylar, which is from Diamond Glitters, and I'm just going to plonk, yes, plonk, that's the word we're going with. I'm going to plonk on some little bits of Oyster Mylar into the wet base coat, and then we'll cure that in place. And then I'm going to top it with the Modelones top coat, and then I'm going to buff it, just to make sure that if there were any sort of rough bits or bumps from the Mylar, that we'll buff those out, and then I'll top again. So this is the top coat. I will top, buff and top. Yeah, how are you all? You all okay? You all doing good? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, oh my goodness. I've had a bit of some beef. I've had some beef with the Beeb today, because there was a Federer match on at the same time as another match I wanted to watch. I love Federer, okay? So much so that I have his logo tattooed on my body. I'm not embarrassed to say it, but I'm aware it's kind of funny. That's that nail. Ooh, sparkly. So I watched the Federer match. I will watch Federer over any other goddamn match. I forgot to record the first layer of ombre, so I'm going to ombre these two colours using a detail brush. What was I talking about? Wasn't talking about nails. I was talking about Federer. And there was another match that I wanted to watch at the same time. Like I say, I will watch Federer over anything. My dad could be playing on another court. I'm still watching Federer. He could be playing Federer. I'd still be supporting Federer. Federer's actually playing an English guy tomorrow, Cam Norrie, and I will be cheering on Federer because I love him. I love him. But yeah, so there was also a Kyrgios match on that I wanted to watch, even though I think he's a bit of a I kind of enjoy watching him. Went to go on the BBC iPlayer thinking, that's where all the Wimbledon matches will be, and it's not on there. What? It's iPlayer. Have catch up. Where's the catch up, BBC? I tweeted. Now, I'm not a tweeter. I don't look on Twitter. I don't scroll on Twitter. I only ever use Twitter if I want to bitch and moan about a company. If I've emailed them or called them and they haven't replied, I'm going to take this to the public domain. And then you get a response when you suddenly call them out and they're bullshit. So one of my tweets, it wasn't last year because there was no Wimbledon, but the year before, I tweeted, and my tweet was in the newspaper because I was calling out BBC on how ridiculous it was that... I'll put some instructions on screen. I'm in the flow talking about tennis, about how ridiculous it was that to watch Federer, you had to press the red button and then go to something else and then press the blue button and then scroll through matches to get the Federer match. But they had like Court 317 on BBC One. What are you doing? What are you doing? So I moaned about that and it was in the paper. I was such a grumpy old I'm fine with that. So I tweeted them today. Should I read you the tweets? Oh my goodness. I'm such a well, it's because I was a bit tipsier earlier than I am now. And I went off on one because I was trying to find the Kyrgios match. Could I find it? Could I fuck? How do I see? I don't even know how to get to my Twitter from here. I'm on the homepage. What do I press to see? Oh no, don't want to do that. 3 lines. Profile. Here we go. I'm going to read you my little tweet feed. I'm going to put instructions on the screen. If you want, if you're bothered that I'm talking about tennis and not the nails, well, get over it. Right. So the first tweet, and then I replied to my tweet like 50 billion times. Says, at BBC iPlayer, where are the at Wimbledon replays? Why is it a seemingly Herculean task, accomplishable only by Jim Carrey's cable guy, to find a replay? You messed up in 2019, and now here we are again. Why no catch up on the at Kyrgios match from earlier? Seriously, sort it the F out. And then I replied to myself because I just wanted to keep atting them to get their attention. That's that nail. I added some, you saw, I'll put instructions. I just don't care. I'm just too tipsy. And then I replied to that tweet saying, at BBC iPlayer, at BBC Sport, at BBC News, at BBC Breaking, at BBC World, at BBC Southeast, at BBC One. And then this is in capitals. Are you kidding me? Where are the damn replays? And I toned it down a bit. I came off capitals. I said, you've had 730 days to prepare. And then I went back to capitals. I was getting angry again. Where are the replays? Where the replays? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? And then I replied to that as well. I said, what are you waiting for? You're clearly doing F all else. Put replays on iPlayer. Do your damn job. And then I replied to it again, atting them every single time. At BBC iPlayer, at BBC Sport, you're obviously not spending any time on sorting out iPlayer, so you've got plenty of time to answer my question. Where are the replays? Why don't you have every match on iPlayer? It's not hard. Sort it out. Every damn year you screw it up. Then I replied again. At BBC iPlayer, at BBC Sport. If you're not going to do the job properly, then let other channels do it. I can watch the last 7 years worth of series on ITV Hub, but you can't put 2 weeks of matches on iPlayer. And then, I rang it home with, you cannot be serious! And then I replied to my own tweet again. Saying, at BBC Sport, at BBC iPlayer, how to ruin the most prestigious sporting event in the world. Step 1, put BBC iPlayer in charge of it. Step 2, there is no step 2. They haven't replied yet, but we'll see if they put the Kyrgios match on iPlayer. I love the Beeb, okay? It's the most reliable, reputable news source in the world. The world, I tell you. Put the fucking replays on fucking iPlayer, okay? You recorded the match. You hired people to commentate the match. Put it on fucking iPlayer. What are the chances that someone who enjoys watching Wimbledon wants to watch more than one match? What are the chances? They're pretty fucking high. So that was me. That was the end of my day. I got angry drunk earlier, you see. I get happy, then I'm angry. And then I get chilled. And now I'm kind of chilled. But I had to vent. So that's what I've been doing today. Right. Nails, shall we? All right. I don't even know what you've been looking at because I was looking at my phone reading tweets. But oh yes, so this one I did another marbly majig again, and then added some little galaxy stars. And on all of them I'm adding some... I can't believe I've just shared my crazy with you all. Oh well. I've added some on all of them. Once I've done what I want to do, added some base coat, and I'm adding some of these mylar pieces to the uncured base coat, and then I will cure them so that they'll be in place. Then I'll top and buff and top. So that's what I'm doing on all of them. I think on the next one, I added a bit more of the purple to this, to the pink, just because I wanted to kind of even out the balance of pink to purple. So I made the next one a bit more purpley. And I really love when you put sort of a glitter or mylar or something like this on, and then you top and buff. And then this bit here, just, topping a buffed nail that's got some kind of shimmery, sparkly goodness. It's just so satisfying. And when I was doing those dots, there was someone I was talking to in the comments the other day. I'm really sorry I can't remember your name because I'm just shit like that. But were you thinking what you said you were thinking with the brush and the dot? Yeah, I was thinking it too. This one is having base coat. This is the one where I'm going to put some more purple on. Do exactly the same, just put some more purple on. I wasn't really going for anything too taxing because I was tipsy when I was painting these as well. I don't have a problem, okay? Promise. But it's Wimbledon. I'm off for 2 weeks, and damn it, if I'm going to day drink, I'm going to day drink. But I was watching the tennis as well, and I was aware that because, you know, if there was I can't look at the nail and the telly, so I thought there'll be moments where things will be kind of blooming on the nail when I put polish onto a clear base, on a wet base, sorry. If I put something on top of a wet base, and then I stopped to watch a point that when I cut back to what I was doing, it would have bloomed a lot more. But I figured I can just explain that, which now I've done, so you're all in the know. Everybody's good. Then I'm going to do some stars on this as well. I'm shouting. I'm really shouting. I'm sorry if I'm too close to the mic. I'm very relaxed. I'm on my bed, just sort of vegetating. When I do these dots, I decided to make them quite big stars, so I'm pulling out from the center dot. And as the polish starts to disappear, so it starts to get thinner, then I'll lift my brush up, and that's how I decided how long they were going to be. So it starts to get thinner there, lift off. Obviously you can stop earlier if you want smaller stars, but I thought I'll drag it down until it starts to get thinner, and that's where I'll have my end point. And then that way also kind of means that they'll be even on each side, because you're doing the same amount of, although technically no, that wouldn't work because you'd be using more polish from the center each time, so the first one will be longer. Ignore that, scrap that, never mind. I did stars. The past few videos have not been very helpful, have they? Although sometimes people say they are, and I'm always surprised because I feel like I could just chat a bunch of shit and hope for the best. I'm doing a very thin crescent moon here, so started with a C. It's a very poor C. I always struggle with half moons. Like, that's too curly at the bottom and too not curly at the top. But just making the middle area a bit thicker. I did do a bigger one first, like a thicker, smaller one, but I thought with the thinness of the stars, we needed it to be quite thin. And then I'll add some little dots. And then, I think I made one of the dots at the bottom a star as well, because it was looking a bit naked at the bottom. Is that the last one? No, I don't think so. I don't really know. Oh no, I'll tell you what I did. I did a nail where I did it all the purple colour first, so just plain block purple, and then added pink to marble it like that. But when I put them all together at the end, I thought, that one kind of stuck out like a bit of a sore thumb. So I did another similar to the marble, but I did it going in the opposite direction, so I can use those to frame around other nails. So if I'm having something in the centre and I do two nails the same either side, or not necessarily right next to it, but on each side, then I'll do one going in one direction and one the other. But should we talk about that when we get there and talk about what we're doing now? Well, not really. We're doing the same thing we did earlier. Just adding some mylar to some wet base coat. The top coat of this Model 1's top coat was really, really nice. It was kind of like halfway between a rubber top coat and a normal top coat. It was just a really nice thickness. Not too thin, not too thick. It was Goldilocks. And then buffing and topping again. The one thing I will say about these brushes is because they're in a long bottle, and this isn't necessarily a downside, it's just because I'm obviously used to a different length brush. But when you have the lid and then you have the stem, I'm going to call it, and then the brush on the end of the stem was very long. So when you rest, like, do this with me, when you rest holding a polish brush and you rest your pinky on the client's hand or your hand when you're painting, because the stem of the brush was so long, you couldn't rest your pinky and pull the brush from the top of the nail, the cuticle area, down to the tip without kind of having to move your hand back, because with your pinky resting. Does that make sense? I think it does. So if I had my pinky resting and I was painting from cuticle to free edge, the brush was so long that I had to kind of take my pinky off because I needed to move my hand back, and it just, muscle memory just made that feel a bit weird for me. But that's just because of the bottles, the bottles I normally use. So it's not a bad point, it's just a point worth noting. Yeah, that's that. So this is the same as the marbly one where I drew the veins, but I'm doing the sort of purple coming from right to left as opposed to left to right, just 'cause it's going to go either side of the set. I don't know which side, which order I put them in, because yesterday, who remembers what happened yesterday? I don't even remember what I had for dinner today. When I was patting the purple over the wet base coat with the isopropyl alcohol, if you find that it's getting too wet and pooling, like the polish and the isopropyl alcohol is pooling on the sides of the nails, make sure just to not completely blot your brush after you've dipped it in the isopropyl alcohol, but just very, very lightly just touch the paper towel, and that will take some of the IPA off the brush, so that you've still got a wet brush, but it's not so wet that it's going to kind of flood the nail. And I was kind of switching between blotting and not blotting. The more you have on your brush when you touch the nail, obviously the faster and the more it's going to spread out. So you can control how much it spreads depending on how much IPA you have on your brush. I've done some more veins on this one, and then I think you saw there I'd kind of blended them out too much, so I went in and just redefined those lines and then cured, added some base coat, and then we're going to add some more mylar. I think this is the last one. I'm really sorry, well, I'm not that sorry that I wasn't talking too much about the nails in this video, because I'll put instructions on the screen and I gave you prior warning. But do let me know if you do have any questions about anything in this set, and I will endeavour to reply. So we're now finishing off with the final buff and top of the last nail, and yeah, the marbles, and then the ombre, and then I decided to add some galaxy aspects. It kind of doesn't really have a kind of theme, this set. It's just a bit of everything, just pinky, purpley, sparkly, marbly, galaxy, ombre, mylar-y. Yeah, it doesn't have a theme. I hope you like them. Regardless, you can use the code on screen for a discount at Modelones, and there are always discount codes in the description of my videos, so check those out. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Follow Miss Jo's on Instagram and subscribe for lots more videos. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.